You've made it to Chiro Hustle Live. Sit back and learn from the greatest influencers in the profession.
This week's episode is brought to you by Clothes for Chiro, Zinget Solutions, Imaging Services, Posture Screen, Universal Tractioning Systems, Dr. Peter Goldman's Zone School of Healing, Everest Coaching Systems, Max, Chiro Thin, Rhino Coaching Systems, Chiro Moguls, 5-Star Management, The Goodman Factor, Mahalo Wellness, Chiro Health USA, Local Gold, and Go Get Talks. Let's hustle.
Hey everybody, Jim Chester coming to you live here. I am in Anchorage, Alaska, just north of, actually I'm in Palmer, Wasilla, which is just north of Anchorage. And I have Dave Hodgson coming in from the Detroit area, right?
That's right.
Awesome.
Hi, everybody.
So today is a sponsorship edition. I'm going to roll your website on the bottom third of the screen here so everybody can see where to go. It's baxmax.net. And if you go there and you put in the promo code capital HUSTLE for hustle, you will get one of these back supports for free. So I really like the opportunity to do like a preemptive close at the beginning of these because sometimes people don't watch it all the way till the end. So go to baxmax.net. It's on the crawler across the bottom third there, and put in the code word capital hustle, and you will get yourself one of these free Baxmax back supports. So Dave, you have something big coming up. Let's just talk a little bit about this FCA National that you do.
Sure.
And a little bit about your back support and kind of why you work with chiropractors.
Okay. So the event it actually starts Thursday. So I'm up here in Detroit now, hopping on a plane in the morning. We'll head down to Orlando. It's the FCA National. It's the largest chiropractic event in the country. Some people say it's the largest in the world, but I definitely think it's the largest in the country as far as number of chiropractors who come and participate and take their CEs. It's a big event for us because it's our third year of participating at the FCA. We meet a lot of doctors. We get a lot of new business. And kind of the cool thing is it gives us the opportunity to let doctors try our product out. And again, the Baxmax, it's a back support, as you mentioned earlier a minute ago, but it's a special back support, and it doesn't work like a normal, like a multi-pole crisscross or an elastic back support. And really those types of back supports are the products that most chiropractors have used in the past. If they have a patient who comes in, they're in an acute state, they've got let's say a herniated disc, bulge disc, strained muscle, there's lots of different applications, and you wrap a back support around you, it's going to stabilize that area, and it's going to help alleviate some of the stress and the compression that the patient's getting, and it's going to give them some pain relief. The cool thing about the Baxmax is that it gets 5 times tighter than any other back brace out there. So we use a compound pulley system. So it's a 1-pull brace. So you just simply pull the pulley, and if you go on the website, there's a video that shows how it works, and it gets super, super tight, and it instantly stabilizes the core of the patient. The other thing that it does is it's flexible. So we use a nylon Kevlar blend when we make it. So it's not a rigid back support. So it's not real stiff, and it's very, very comfortable to wear. So it's going to stabilize, but doesn't demobilize the patient. So in other words, if they've got to go and they got to bend and lift something, even though we don't want them, to do too heavy a lifting, they do have some ability to move in it. And then probably the nicest feature, especially for people who live in Florida or warm places, is that it's breathable. So there does not hold any heat. It's not made of neoprene. It's made of a nylon mesh. So it's super lightweight, only weighs 4 ounces. And it's tolerable. So if it's hot outside, you can wear this thing and you don't even know you have it on. One other feature too that we really like about it is that it tightens and loosens quickly. So you don't have to really struggle and fight with it to get it tight. Like a lot of back braces, you really have to try to pull them, across the front. With the Baxmax, because of the compound pulley system, within 1 second, you can get it tight. And with 1 second, you can loosen it. And so our prescription for wearing it is you wear it for 45 minutes, you leave it loose for 15 minutes. And what that does is prevents muscle atrophy. Because if you do wear a back brace all the time, it's going to weaken your muscles, and it's going to cause more problems than you started with. So we really, when we engineered this thing, looked at everything that we could think of why a typical back brace doesn't work. we try to engineer out as much of the bad as possible with the Baxmax. So go on the website, check it out. There's a bunch of information there about why it works and how it works. There's some provider information for our resellers, for our doctors. There's a billing code, explains how they can bill insurance for it if they have that ability to do that, etc. And then we're doing this promo exclusively to your listeners. So we don't give samples away typically. And we've not done that actually since the very beginning. And, we really like our sponsorship of Chiro Hustle. And so we talked about it and we decided we want to offer a free back support to Chiro Hustle listeners. And you go on our website, you put Baxmax in your shopping cart and you type in the promo code HUSTLE. And it's going to be free and free shipping. And there's no obligations. You don't have to buy more from me in the future. But what we want you to do is we want our doctors to try it on for themselves, see the difference between this and other back braces, and then put it on some patients, because your patients are going to be blown away with it.
Yeah. And, some of the things that you were saying there really resonate with me, because back in April, I had a pretty decent back injury. Mm-hmm. And I recovered from it within a month. And by the time I got your back support, I tried it on and it was great. One of the things I will say is some of the things you mentioned on is when I was trying it, I realized how user-friendly it was. And I had been using the other one for a month, man. And mm-hmm. I did get it from a big box store. It was totally sweaty. It would like fold over, the Velcro would rub on my skin. And before I knew it, after wearing the thing for 3 weeks, the integrity of like the design wasn't intended for long-term use.
Right.
And I didn't want to use the thing long-term. But what I found also, like you said, it held heat. So it was made out of some neoprene sleeve with like these little Velcro pull tabs. And I tell you, man, after wearing that thing every day and depending on it, it was brutal. Once I got yours in the mail, I put it on. It cinched up really nice and fresh. And one of the also things is people that are dealing with back injuries, they put these back braces on and it makes them look like bigger. Like, right. And yours is very sleek. It's almost like non-existent. Like if you had it underneath like your t-shirt, you wouldn't even see that you had this thing going on underneath you. But with the other one, it looked like I had gained weight. Plus I'm hobbling around. And it just wasn't very attractive. And then I'm like trying to tuck it into my jeans the best I can. And the positioning's awful. And when you have a back injury, the worst thing you're trying to do is jockey around this extra thing. Yep. And, just the whole operation of like going to the bathroom when you have a back injury is awful. Absolutely. And then if you have this thing that you have to reestablish and retighten, I did see how yours, once I started using it for the couple days I tried it out, how quickly it released. Like you said, put it on for 45 minutes, release it for 15, help with the body's muscles of fatigue and atrophy, plus the breathability aspect of it. The other one, dude, I tried that thing on and I was just like, I was waiting for yours to get in the mail.
Yeah. Unfortunately, a crappy back support will make a bad problem worse, So, I mean, it's, and the other thing that I might mention here too is that, and I know a lot of doctors, when we talk to them and meet them at the trade shows or at the CE events, in this case, this weekend, the FCA National, they don't offer back supports in their practice. They adjust, they might offer some supplements, some nutritional products, et cetera, but they don't do back supports. And so I ask a lot of people, why is that? And they say, well, I just send people to Walmart. If they need one, I just send them up to the pharmacy to get one, because I don't want to deal with it, and I don't want to deal with a lot of sizes, and I don't want to deal with stuff I can't sell, and et cetera, et cetera. We've solved all those issues with the Baxmax. So they're not going to find anything like this in the pharmacy or the corner store. And really, if they're sending their patients to a pharmacy to buy back brace, they're doing them an injustice, because they're going to get a piece of crap for $30. So, or $40 in some cases. Our back support is more expensive, but it's also made a lot better and it works right. So our retail price is $69.95, and that's what the patients pay. And if you do a Google search right now, if you're watching it, go to Google and Google Baxmax, and we do sell them on Amazon, and we do sell them on our website to patients directly, but they're $69.95. And we sell them online, and we do have an Amazon listing because we need those reviews. because even if the patient sees it in a Chiro office, they want to go on Amazon and see what everybody said about it. So we have 4.75 or 4.8 stars on Amazon. People, they read about it, they see what other people think about it. And of course, that gives them the confidence to spend a few extra bucks. The other thing is, and you mentioned about wearing it out after 3 weeks, that's very common. If somebody needs a back brace for, let's say, a short period of time, 2 to 3 weeks as they're going through their healing period, they're going to wear out a $30 back brace. We guarantee the Backsmax for 5 years. And there's a good chance that if they needed one once, they're going to need it again at some point in the future. And the other thing is that if somebody's getting chiropractic adjustments, so they're coming into the chiropractor because they're having an issue and they need to go out and rake the leaves, or they need to go out and, up north, shovel snow, or move some furniture around or whatever, they should be wearing a back support as they're doing that activity, because that is not only going to protect them and prevent further injury, but it's also going to help to hold their adjustment, and just it's just a better for the patient.
Yeah, you said a lot of things there. Docs should have these at their office so you can give them out handedly to your patient base. I think so many times that, like you said, docs will just say, hey, go get the quick fix.
Yep.
And just go pick one of those things up. But as my experience was, even a doc told me to go do that. And I'm like, I go do that. And I got the thing and it sucked. And
Yeah.
I like the fact that you give people the leverage to know that this is good for 5 years. But I do think that the price point is very reasonable for the marketplace, and it's reusable and it doesn't break down, and
Yep.
it's made of high quality integrity material. And
Yep.
I think that that's another thing that really drew me to you as a sponsor for Chiro Hustle was I talked to people about what you were doing, and I talked to people about your product and about your brand, and I heard nothing but good. And
Good.
that's one of the things that we want to do as Chiro Hustle is we want to support those that have high integrity with their product lines, and we want to be able to be somebody that can attract those type of high quality products. And another really cool thing I like is that you're selling direct to the doctor that sells it back to the patient base.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that one of the things that we should probably touch on is how you can talk to them about. I know not all docs do insurance, but the ones that do, is it possible for them to do billing for your back braces as well?
Yeah, we're PDAC approved. So we've done all the documentation to basically to get the Backsmax approved by insurances so they can bill it. It's an L0626. All that information's on our website, but we provide that information when we sign the docs up as resellers. We provide that information.
That's cool. So is it under the list of like DME, durable medical equipment?
Yeah, it's DME. Also, they can bill, and it really depends on the state too, because all states handle it differently. But in some states, they can bill it directly to the insurance, not under DME, but under chiropractic care.
Oh,
so
wow.
So if they have X amount of dollars of coverage per year for chiropractic care, they could bill the Backsmax to against that.
You've made it to Chiro Hustle Live. Sit back and learn from the greatest influencers in the profession. This week's episode is brought to you by Clothes for Chiro, Zingit Solutions, Imaging Services, Posture Screen, Universal Tractioning Systems, Dr. Peter Goldman's Zone School of Healing, Everest Coaching Systems, Backsmax, Chiro Thin, Rhino Coaching Systems, Chiro Moguls, 5-Star Management, The Goodman Factor, Mahalo Wellness, Chiro Health USA, Local Gold, and Go Get Talks. Let's hustle.
Yeah, that's really cool. I think it's really important for people to know that this is a resource for them to use, and it's not just for them as the consumer. What does it look like for somebody to do business with you if they wanted to get the free one? Obviously, they can go to backsmax.net and they can use the coupon code HUSTLE. But what if somebody was like saying, hey, I'm ready to bring these things into my office?
Okay. The free one is a hook because we know that they're going to love them. Right. So we do very fair pricing. So our retail price is $69.95. We ask the docs to sell it in their practice for $69.95. And that's a fair price to patients because they get a 5-year warranty with it and it's going to last, et cetera. You talked about the quality materials. The price to the docs is roughly half of that. So we've got different plans depending on how many they want to start with. Our gold package, for example, And if they go on our website and they go on the reseller page on our website, you'll see a picture of our point of purchase display. So it's a freestanding display. It holds 15 of the belts, a couple of each, you get a few of each size. There's 5 sizes. So you can mix and match your sizes, but the cost is they're $35 a piece. And we give the displays away for free. We have tons of marketing support that we provide the doctors. We've got digital marketing. We're on Go Chiro TV and Chiro TV Network, both. If you check off back supports, your video. If you have those services, Backsmax is on there. We also do brochures and 11 by 17 posters that they can put in every exam room that says, "Ask your doctor about this product." I mean, the reality is if a patient comes to a chiropractor with a low back issue, whether the doctor recommends a back support or not, or whether the doctor sells them a back support or not, half of them are going to buy a back support. They're just going to go on their own and they're going to go to Walmart or Walgreens or CVS and they're going to buy a back support because they're in pain and they want one and they need one. So it's a missed opportunity for a chiropractor to not offer a good back support in their practice. So, and we've grown like crazy because of it. I mean, we get a lot of word of mouth, patients referring patients because they love their Backsmax. We get doctors referring other doctors, because it's a good product. We strive for 100% customer service. If they have a defect, or we just had this happen the other day where a patient brought one in and one of the cables in the back broke. It's a Kevlar cable, and Kevlar doesn't break, but it was a defect. Obviously, it came unsewn from the pulley handle, and we replace it. We replace it for up to 5 years, and we don't ask any questions. They don't have to send it back. They send me a picture of the broken product, and I send them a brand new one to replace it. So, I mean, our 100% important for us is customer service, and we treat our doctors, we treat our customers the way we want to be treated as customers. So,
yeah, one of the things that you said there that I want to touch on a little bit is when people do get an injury, there's a relapse within most people. They go back to a pattern.
Right.
Chiropractors that are out there that are watching this know that your patients go through patterns. There's the major traumas and the macro traumas and the minor traumas. And when people go through any type of low back trauma, whether it's a pulled muscle, whether it's a slipped disc, whether it's some type of sciatic condition or some type of like bulging disc, there needs to be stability down there. And a lot of times it's the worst. I mean, for me, I just bent down and picked up some recycles that blew out of my recycle bin, and I'm like, what just happened? Mm-hmm. And it's just as simple as that. Most people just bend down to pick up a pencil. Right. And the next thing they know, their low back just did something. They don't know what it is. And that's why chiropractors that are out there watching lean on the x-ray so they can see if there's anything going on there, because we don't want to guess with your health. But we also want to make sure that we're stabilizing the body to where the pain cycle is being diminished. Right. So many times when people that are in the pain cycle, they're like, just throw anything at me. Yep. Like shock me, fry me, freeze me. I don't care. Yeah. Put anything and everything on me. I don't care what's in it. Right. I don't care what it looks like. I just don't want to be in pain anymore. And then they're all raising their hand. They're like, can somebody just help me? I know the chiropractor is going to send me or get some x-rays done on me. They're going to do some conservative care on me. They're not going to do drugs. They're not going to do surgery. So thank God they don't do that stuff. Yep. And then they're going to go the conservative route, which is the support, the cryotherapy, which is icing, and then they're going to do adjusting. So early on, when people are in the crisis care moment, when they're just like, I don't care what you do, just fix me mode, this is an ideal product for them. But as people start to get stabilized, like you said, they want to go shovel snow, they want to go golfing, they want to mow the lawn, they just want to do normal lifestyle activities like pick their kids up, go to the grocery store and carry groceries, go to the airport, put their thing above their head and put it in the bin above. I mean, just these simple things, pull laundry out of the dryer. I mean, even when I was hurt, pulling laundry out of the dryer was one of the most excruciating things I did. It took me like 30 minutes to fold a bin of laundry because I was in such bad pain. But once I put the stabilizer on, I realized that it was easier for me to do those normal life things that you don't even think about, getting in and out of a car. Right. All those things become easier when you have proper support and when you're under the good guidance of a chiropractor. Exactly. And I love the fact that you've niched into the chiropractic market, because those are the people that when people go to get care, I tell people all the time, there's two doctors in the world, one to keep you healthy and one to save you from dying.
Right.
And I say that, hey, if I'm cut and I'm bleeding, I'm not going to go to the one doctor and say, hey, can you fix this? I'm going to say, no, I'm going to go to the doctor that I trust to keep me healthy.
Yep.
So there's a whole different paradigm shift that we have to be conscious of. And I think that what you're doing is you're really delivering the goods to the market of the good guys. And they just need a little bit more tools in their tool belt to help, to where they're not pushing business to actually, which I call evil empire. And that's the big box stores that are controlled by the pharmaceutical companies.
Right.
And all of the decision making at those places aren't supporting the mom and pop shop like yours. They're not supporting small business America. Every dollar that you send those people to Walmart or wherever to pick up a back support, you're actually perpetuating the wrong team.
The wrong team. Exactly. That's exactly right. Yep. Well put. And you asked earlier, why did we pick chiropractic for our product? I mean, we believe in chiropractic as a methodology to begin with. And we also care about people who get our product, and we care about their well-being. So it's important for me to know that when a patient gets my Baxmax, that they're getting the proper education. When they get the Baxmax, they know how to use it, when to wear it, when not to wear it. And then they're getting that additional information or education or whatever you want to call it, care. They're getting this additional care to get themselves back on the right track. That's how this product should be used and needs to be used. We don't want to just sell them to people who want to wear it all the time, right? Because that's they're going to cause more harm than good. So it's why it's really important for us as a company that the people who get our product are well educated about the product and about their personal well-being.
Yeah, and I think that that's one of the things as well, is being under supervision of a chiropractor helps safeguard any misuse of the item.
Right.
And having the chiropractor as a liaison, if you will, to give advice to their patient base that purchased the belt, to say, hey, don't use it doing this, or do it wearing it this time. And what about sleeping? Well, I can answer that for you. What about bathing? Well, I can answer that for you. So there's all these different questions that are kind of awkward, but you just don't know what to do. Like, I didn't have anybody to ask, how do I wear this thing if I want to take a shower? How do I wear this thing during sleep? When do I wear it? How long do I wear it for? That's the great thing about having somebody like a chiropractor to have as a resource to talk to you about the proper usage of a back support too. And when you think about it, it is a very macro thing, but when you need it, you're like, I want the best. I want it to work well. I don't want to sweat. I don't want it to rub on me funny. I want it to tighten up, and I want to know how to use it properly. And I think that that's what you've created. You created the one-stop shop for low back pain.
Well, with the chiropractor.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, exactly. So
if you guys want to get the $69.95 free offer, Dave is so generous. He's giving that to you guys. Go to baxmax.net, put in the coupon code HUSTLE, and it covers the item and the shipping, which I think is very generous of you. Anybody that does use this, you're going to want to buy more of them, obviously, because you're going to see how great it is, how good of a product is, the integrity of the design, and you're going to see how well that this thing can help stabilize not only you as the practitioner if you have something going on, but it can also stabilize your patient base and help them get back to their higher quality of life. And that's why they go to you in the first place.
Right on. And that's why we're doing the free offer. Obviously, we want your listeners to try the product on themselves, try it on a few patients. Don't take our word for it. Take your patient's word for it, and listen to what they have to say. And if they like it and they want to buy one, then obviously they know where they can get them.
Yeah, so if you guys are watching this on replay, hashtag replay. If you guys found some value in this Facebook Live I did today with Dave, hashtag value in the comments, and just hit the share button if you think that you have a colleague out there that needs to get some back braces into their office, or if you've had a water cooler talk with one of your colleagues and they're like, yeah, I don't know what to provide to my patient base because there's nothing really for me to use. So this can help with some of those confusion of referrals to the right product as well. So Dave, is there anything I didn't ask you that you'd like to share with our audience today?
Nope. Not really. I think we covered pretty much everything. I appreciate the call today. I know you're really, really busy and you're traveling all over the country and world probably. And we obviously we do a lot of these CE events. So I know it was a little struggle for our paths to cross to be able to do this, but I'm glad we finally did. So, yeah. And if anybody is at the FCA National who's listening now and wants to stop by and say hi, we're right when you walk in the door on the left. We're in the 1200 row.
Awesome. Well, go see Dave down there in what city is it?
Orlando.
Go see Dave down there in Orlando. And if you want to build a great relationship with a great company and start servicing your patient base with the proper tools, reach out to Dave down there in Orlando. And what are the dates once again?
It's tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th this weekend.
Awesome. Well, I will be up here in Fairbanks or Anchorage, Alaska, and you'll be down there in Orlando. Quite the difference, polar opposites, if you will, of the climate scale. You're going to be down there. It's going to be very hot.
Very hot and wet.
Very, very moist. I'm up here. There's actually wildfires in this part of the country. So
really? Wow.
Yeah. So the air quality has been not so great since we got in a couple of days ago, but it's starting to clear up here.
It's beautiful up there, though. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it nonetheless.
Yeah, it's really pretty up here. And I just want to once again tell everybody, go to baxmax.net, put in the promo code HUSTLE, and have Dave and his team ship you out your first free back support with Baxmax.
All right.
Well, I'm going to go and close out and tell you guys just one story away. Keep hustling and reach out to Dave. And the hustle code is how good would that be good for? Or how long would that be good for?
We'll keep it open. I'll keep it open. How about we do it for the next 2 weeks?
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you guys have 2 weeks if you're watching us on replay to go over there and get your free Baxmax back support. But yeah, thank you so much for being my guest today, Dave. And I'm glad we could make it all work out. And all right. We'll see you on the next one. Okay.
Sounds good. Safe travels.
All right. Have a good day, guys.
You too.
Thank you for listening to Chiro Hustle Live. Don't forget to subscribe and check back next week to continue hustling.